Welcome YouTube to Cody in the Cinema. Today I'm going to do my April physical media collection haul. And this has been a good month for me. Not for my wallet, but for me. So I was in some auctions online and I picked up a copy of Argo. This is one I meant to watch years ago. It has to do with, I believe, a revolution, hostages. It features, and this is why I bid on it, Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad, Alan Arkin. He's really good in Glenn Ross. John Goodman, and there's another actor who I believe had some smaller roles in the Kevin Smith movies as well. So looking forward to that one, maybe on a Friday night. And I picked this up in an eBay auction. Super excited about it. Baraka. This is a non-narrative film to my understanding. Roger Ebert had it on his great movies list, if I'm correct. Another channel I like recommended it, Movie Chatter, that channel, great channel, recommended it. And it says it is a transcendent global tour that explores the sights and sounds of the human condition like nothing you've ever seen or felt before. And I've seen other recommendations for this as well. Real excited for this one. Got this as part of an Earth pack, which I'll show you some more of later. This is Batman Returns, and when I was growing up, we had a VHS of this. Danny DeVito, Christopher Walken, Michelle Pfeiffer in one of her best roles, and I think I had like two of the there's like a Batmobile in that movie, but there's also one that flies, like a bat flyer, a flying bat, a Batcopter? Whatever. Anyway, something. I can't wait to see it again. I like it better than the Christian Bale thing because I think Michael Keaton's a better Batman. Contagion. Check this out if you haven't heard of this. So I've never seen this one either, but a deadly virus harms the entire world. Might be a little late to the party on this one. Hey, Bryan Cranston's in this one too. How about that? Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law. No wonder I bid on this for $2, huh? And I watched this one. This is The Departed, one of Martin Scorsese's most entertaining and accessible pictures. I watched this most recently on a plane ride to Vegas, and we were going from Vegas to Beatty, Nevada to Death Valley. And I was watching it on the back of someone's chair, and love this movie. It's so much fun, such good performances, such a good cast. I can't quote, I'm not going to quote the movie here, but it has a lot of interesting dialogue, Shakespearean cursing, as it were. I'm going back to Colorado this summer. I'm so excited, and we're probably visiting the Stanley Hotel, which was an inspiration for The Shining, and where one of the scenes, at least one, probably more than one, of Dumb&Dumber were filmed. What a great picture, huh? These two guys were so funny together. I just love Dumb&Dumber, especially the bar scene where he's getting smashed at 11 in the morning. It's such a fun movie if you haven't seen it. We all love a good cheesy action movie from the 80s or 90s. What if I made all those stars come together in the Expendables 2? Not that this is the sequel to the Expendables. I popped this in the other day while I was working out, and it's I know this has a 2.6 on Letterboxd or whatever, but come on. I mean, how do you not want to watch this? Who else in this one? Stallone? Jet Li is in it? Dolph Lundgren? Arnold? I mean, come on, look at this. This is so fun. Really excited to give this one a... I saw this one in the theaters years ago. And I also saw in theaters years ago Paranormal Activity 1, which I still love this movie. It's a really good horror movie. I know it's found footage and some people don't like that, but it's really fun. Didn't love Paranormal Activity 2, but 2 and 3 were thrown in this deal essentially for free, so I took them. I'll have to give 3 a watch here, but 2's not that bad. It's just not great. 1 though, whenever that thing blows on her ear, that demon, Give you the heebie-jeebies, won't it? Oh, Raising Arizona. Just watched this. This one I bought just like at Barnes and Noble for $10 or whatever. I hadn't seen this, and I've seen most of the Coen brother movies. If you're unfamiliar with the Coen brothers, they did Fargo, they did Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, did they do The Big Lebowski? I'll have to check. I think they did. But several of the movies that they've directed, including another one in the stack, I believe. This is an off-the-wall, no-limits comedy about this couple, and they decide they want a baby, so they take it from another family with a lot of babies, and Raising Arizona. Great shots of the desert as well. Very scenic film. So, when I was a little boy, I would pretend to be this character. I called him the Rat Boy Man, and I had this little closet where I would like go and I would be like the Clark Kent version of my Mighty Mouse / Superman character, whatever I was, and it was like a towel, and I would wear it on my head and like run around as if I had a big rat tail that was the towel. And I'm pretty sure it probably got some inspiration from the original Superman, which I have not seen this. I've gone many years without seeing it. But this is supposed to be a good one. Hey, it says no. Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman present it. Christopher Reeve, Ned Beatty. Oh, Glenn Ford, huh? How about that? Glenn Ford's a fine actor. Love Glenn Ford. And the nature pack that I mentioned earlier had Samsara in it, and this is supposed to be similar to Baraka, an unparalleled sensory experience filmed over 5 years, 25 countries, explores the wonder of the world from sacred grounds to industrial sites, looking into the unfathomable reaches of man's spirituality and the human experience. I've watched a few minutes of this. It's really good. But again, it's a non-narrative storytelling. Looking forward to seeing the whole thing one day. There's a great shot in the opening of some artwork being created. What a picture. I didn't know this existed, this next one, and it was in a bid, and I got it for $1 or $2. So Albert Finney, sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, in his version of Scrooge, and this one has, I thought it said Laurence Olivier. I was about to get excited. Alec Guinness is in it. That's probably part of why I bought it. I'll watch anything with Alec Guinness. He was Obi-Wan in Star Wars. Anyhow, this is a version of Scrooge. I'm always looking for a good Christmas movie, and I'll be excited to check this one out. I know at least one person who follows my channel who's a big fan of Star Trek. I know that Star Trek Nemesis isn't supposed to be the best one, but I love Patrick Stewart. He's such a good Macbeth, if you've ever seen the Macbeth version, the Patrick Stewart version of Macbeth, the Shakespeare play. He can sell anything. I'm hoping that this will be at least watchable because I got it for dirt cheap. I think there's a better one with him. It might be called First Contact, but we'll see. Yeah, might be okay. Now, I when I first saw this movie, I didn't love it, so I thought I would give it another chance. I like the original much better, but maybe I'll like it better this time. Again, this was an auction item. True Grit. I believe this is Coen Brothers as well. Jeff Bridges, who's a fine actor, has some really good movies. Matt Damon's in it, and Haley Steinfeld in an early role as well. Should be good. The original is filmed in Colorado, in Ouray, Colorado, and there's an excerpt out of that I like to teach, but good stuff. One of the ones I'm most excited for, oddly enough, is a Western I recently found out about, Wichita, and I don't remember where I got this, but Wichita, and this movie was directed by the same director of Cat People and Canyon Passage, which I mentioned in another video, but it looks pretty good. Newly arrived Wyatt Earp knows the town's violence must be looked dead in the eye, so he accepts that star and sets to clean out the rowdy cow town, whose welcoming sign proclaims everything goes in Wichita. Sounds fun. Dodge City's in here. Nice. Should be a lot of fun. And a movie that I only saw half of before I think it disappeared off of Netflix years and years ago, Zombieland, with Woody Harrelson and Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg. A real beat up copy, but I got it for cheap, and I'll look forward to this again. Remember the zombie craze that we had a while back? Yeah. Anyway. So the more substantial stuff here, and one that I am going to review on the channel as soon as I feel like I have a better grasp on it, because I've seen a few minutes of this and I've decided I'm going to have to really research and take my time with this. Am Cuba is a recent release from Criterion from their collection, and this has been long sought after by plenty of us who have been following the channel for years. In 4K, I'm so excited for it. And it is about, so I'm just going to read the first line of the description. Both a landmark of radical political cinema and one of the most visually ravishing films ever made, this legendary hymn to revolution shimmers across the screen like a fever dream of rebellion. And it is pretty, what I've seen of it. There's a great shot from the sky and like a plane or helicopter or something in the opening few minutes that's really pretty. So looking forward to this, but I want to give this my due diligence because it's such an important film. It's such a special film in human history. So before I talk too much about it, I want to do my research. This was a used Criterion pack that I got in my Earth Films pack, the Qatsi Trilogy, and I didn't know much about this, but I got it for a pretty good deal. And this is, I'm guessing, somewhat in the realm of Baraka and Samsara, but I don't know a whole lot about it yet. Philip Glass did the soundtrack, and he was a good producer of soundtracks. I've lost the word. Qatsi Trilogy. I just found out about this. I had to buy this. I didn't even know this movie existed. And Arrow Cinema, who's really impressed me lately with some of the westerns they've had up. I'm going to show you another one in a moment, but the 10 Star. So this is from Anthony Mann, one of the most underrated directors of all time. He has some fantastic westerns, such as Winchester 73, which it mentions here, but this is about a bounty hunter, Henry Fonda, and he sees that, he comes into town and he sees that all these people are paralyzed by fear, as it says on the description. And this character, Ben Owens, I think, is left to fend for these people. Anthony Perkins was Norman Bates in Psycho. That's a phenomenal Hitchcock movie if you haven't seen that one. And I'm excited for that reason alone, but this is a limited edition. So it has all kinds of like artwork and so forth in it. As you can see, there's a booklet in there as well. And I think I actually got this in early because I didn't expect it to be here so soon. So I'm not sure if it's available for everyone as of the time of this video or not, but Henry Fonda, Anthony Perkins in a Western with this awesome cover. I mean, it's got to be good, right? And probably the neatest piece of physical media I've come across in this particular month, The Shootist by John Wayne, and this is also a limited release as well. So this was kind of like, if you're unfamiliar with the genre, this is sort of the swan song for John Wayne, and I think it even has, I've seen this years and years ago, but it might have had Lauren Bacall, James Stewart's in it, and this is about a dying old cowboy. And when John Wayne was when he was filming with this picture, he actually had, I believe it was stomach cancer. So what a good picture it was then. The one problem I had was that I was watching such a poor quality print of it. So this is a Blu-ray. I'm hoping it will be in good condition, but this also has, I mean, these title cards, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know, they're really pretty, that are in here. And then there's a booklet as well in the limited edition. So this is one I'm really excited to go through and watch a few times, but because I haven't seen it in so long. And I believe directed by Ron Howard, which is nice. John Carradine, Scatman Crothers, big cast there. And finally, the last thing I got was something I've been back and forth on getting this because I've only seen one film out of this collection, but William Jaffe's He Came from the Swamp. This is the campiest piece of physical media I own as of right now. I've been slowly, getting into murky waters with this. I've hesitated with this kind of cinema for a long time because I've been too serious with myself, but I really liked The Death Curse of Tartu, which is in here. It was a horror movie set in the Florida Everglades. It's completely ridiculous about an underground presence that is killing people. There are Everglades things. It's if you're a fan of the Everglades area like I am, and gators and so forth, it's a fun watch. But the artwork on this is incredible, and I mean, each individual disc looks great, or package for each disc. Whiskey Mountain, The Naked Zoo, and then I think there's a second movie in each pack. The Hooked Generation, Sting of Death, plus, like I said, some of those other films that I mentioned. So that is, I've had a busy month in April, and like I said, I got a lot of this on sales and auctions and so forth. What have you been watching? Have you been collecting movies as well? Let me know in the comments below, and we will see you next time.